Have you ever wondered why some women effortlessly captivate the attention of men, while others seem to struggle to spark even a fleeting interest? The truth is, attraction isn't just about looks or charm, it's about something deeper, more powerful, and far more sustainable. In a world where dating often feels like a chaotic battlefield, understanding the subtle art of what truly makes a man chase you can transform your relationships forever. Right now, you might believe that making him chase you means playing hard to get, agreeing with everything he says, or putting on a version of yourself that doesn't feel quite real. But what if I told you that these common beliefs are myths? What if the real secret lies in becoming the most authentic, confident and radiant version of yourself, one who effortlessly draws him in, without manipulation or pretense? Today we're diving into 10 powerful principles inspired by dark Stoic psychology and Stoicism, the ancient philosophy of balance, self-mastery, and authenticity. These timeless principles will not only make him pursue, but also elevate your self-worth and confidence in ways that will reshape how you see yourself. This is about more than just making him chase you. It's about making yourself the prize he can't resist. Stay with me until the very end, because the final secret is the game changer most women overlook. Ready to discover what will make him see you as unforgettable? Let's begin. 1. Recognize your worth and embrace confidence. Confidence, it's the magic ingredient that sets you apart. But let's be clear, this isn't about faking it or trying to be someone you're not. True confidence is born from within, from knowing your worth and refusing to settle for anything less. Picture this. You walk into a room, your head held high, your smile warm but mysterious. Every movement you make is deliberate. Every word you speak carries weight. Do you know what happens next? He notices, not just because you're attractive, but because you exude a quiet, irresistible power. Here's the thing. Men are naturally drawn to women who believe in their own value. If you're constantly questioning your worth, doubting your desirability, or looking for validation from him, you send a silent signal that you don't believe you're enough. And if you don't believe it, why should he? Let me ask you something. How often do you find yourself adjusting your behavior to please him, hoping he'll notice you more? Maybe you think that agreeing with him, texting him constantly, or putting his needs above your own will make him appreciate you. But the truth is, this approach can backfire. When you prioritize him over yourself, you unintentionally communicate that his approval is more important than your self-worth. And trust me, men pick up on this. Instead, shift your focus inward. Start by identifying what makes you feel truly confident. Is it hitting your personal goals? Spending time with friends who uplift you? Engaging in hobbies that light up your soul? When you immerse yourself in things that bring you joy, your confidence naturally grows, and this radiance is what makes you irresistible. The ancient principles of Stoicism remind us to focus on what we can control, our actions, our thoughts, and our self-perception. By anchoring yourself in these areas, you'll stop worrying about external validation. You'll start to see that you are already whole, already enough, and this mindset shift changes everything. When a man sees you standing firm in your self-worth, he begins to view you as someone he has to earn. You become a prize, not because you're playing games, but because your confidence and authenticity make you stand out. It's not about being arrogant, it's about knowing your value and refusing to compromise. Here's a powerful exercise. Write down 3 things you love about yourself. They can be anything: your sense of humor, your ambition, your ability to connect with others. Reflect on these qualities daily. When you cultivate self-love and pride in who you are, it changes the energy you bring into every interaction. Imagine how transformative it would feel to walk into every conversation, every date, knowing you don't need to prove anything. You're not chasing, you're being chased. He'll feel it. He'll see it. And he'll want to be a part of your world. Confidence is not a one-time thing, it's a practice. And when you master it, the effect is magnetic. So let me ask you, Are you ready to become the woman who knows her worth and embraces her confidence fully? Because the moment you do, you won't just attract him, you'll make him chase you with a passion that feels effortless and thrilling. 2. Maintain independence. Imagine this. You meet someone who fascinates you, and before you know it, they've become the center of your world. You adjust your schedule, your hobbies, even your priorities, all to spend more time with them. Sounds romantic, right? But here's the catch: when you revolve your life around someone else, you stop being the vibrant, unique individual they were initially drawn to. Men are instinctively attracted to women who have a rich, fulfilling life outside of the relationship. Independence isn't just a preference, it's a necessity for maintaining attraction. Think about it. If you seem like you're available at all times, ready to drop everything for him, what message does that send? It subtly communicates that your life isn't exciting or meaningful without him, and that can be a major turn-off. Instead, flip the narrative. Cultivate a life so full of passion, purpose, and joy that he's excited to be part of it. Pursue your hobbies, excel in your career, spend time with friends who uplift you. When you're busy living your best life, something incredible happens. He begins to see you as someone worth chasing. Take a moment to reflect. What are the things that light you up? Do you love painting, hiking, or trying new recipes? When was the last time you immersed yourself in an activity just for the sheer joy of it? If it's been a while, let this be your wake-up call. Reconnect with what makes you come alive, because that energy is contagious, and men can't help but be drawn to it. And here's the twist. When he sees that your happiness doesn't hinge on his attention, he'll start to crave your presence even more. The idea of you being whole and complete on your own is what makes him want to be part of your life. You're not waiting for someone to complete you, you're inviting him to join your already incredible journey. This ties back to the wisdom of dark Stoic psychology, which emphasizes finding fulfillment within yourself rather than seeking it from external sources. When you embody this principle, you radiate an aura of independence that's magnetic. It's not about ignoring him or playing hard to get. It's about showing him that your life is rich and vibrant, whether or not he's in it. Think about the women you admire. Chances are, they're confident, independent, and unapologetically themselves. They don't chase approval or compromise their values to fit someone else's expectations. Instead, they inspire others to step up and match their energy. Now, picture yourself in that role. You're the woman who knows her worth, who is deeply engaged in her passions, and who exudes a quiet, effortless confidence. Men don't just want to be around women like that, they feel privileged to have the chance. If this resonates with you, take a moment to show your support. Like this video and comment number 1 if you agree that independence is key to lasting attraction. Your engagement helps us create even more empowering content for you. And don't forget to hit subscribe, because this journey to becoming your most captivating self is just beginning. Let me ask you, what's one thing you can do today to reconnect with your passions? Take that step, no matter how small, and watch how it transforms not only your energy but also how others perceive you. Remember, maintaining independence doesn't mean shutting him out. It means inviting him into a world that's already brimming with life and joy. The more you cultivate your unique spark, the more he'll feel inspired to chase you, to discover what makes you so wonderfully you. Are you ready to become that woman? Let's keep going. 3. Be mysterious and intriguing. Have you ever noticed how the things we don't fully understand tend to captivate us the most? Think of a book you couldn't put down because every chapter revealed something new, or a movie that left you guessing until the very end. Now, imagine embodying that same sense of intrigue in your relationships, a woman with depth and layers, someone who reveals herself bit by bit, keeping him curious and always wanting more. Here's a truth that's as old as time. Mystery is magnetic. When you meet someone new, it's tempting to lay all your cards on the table, thinking openness will fast-track a connection. But the reality, revealing too much too soon often dulls the spark of curiosity. Men, by nature, love the thrill of discovery. They want to unravel the layers, uncover your passions, and dive into the depths of who you are at their own pace. Let me ask you, have you ever been on a date where you felt the need to overshare, fearing silence would come across as awkward? Maybe you found yourself talking endlessly about your past relationships, your childhood, or your detailed plans for the future. While honesty is important, giving everything away up front can leave little for him to explore. Instead, try this. Share just enough to intrigue him, leaving room for curiosity to grow. If he asks about your hobbies, don't give him the entire story. Mention the painting class you love or the hike you recently conquered, but don't dive into every detail. Let him wonder what it is about these activities that light you up. Let him be the one to ask more questions, to want to uncover the rest. This doesn't mean you should withhold important parts of who you are. It's about pacing the way you reveal yourself. Think of it as building a compelling narrative. Each interaction should feel like a new chapter, slowly unfolding the beautiful complexity of who you are. Here's a simple example. Suppose you mention that you once traveled solo to a remote destination. Instead of recounting every moment of that trip, simply say, "It was one of the most transformative experiences of my life." That statement alone piques curiosity. He'll be dying to know where you went, what happened, and how it changed you. The philosophy of Stoicism supports this concept of self-possession and measured revelation. A Stoic knows that their value isn't in broadcasting everything about themselves, but in quietly carrying the richness of their experiences and inner strength. This calm self-assuredness is not only attractive but deeply intriguing. And let's not forget that mystery isn't just about what you say, it's also about what you do. Cultivate a sense of independence in your actions. Spend time pursuing your passions without feeling the need to explain every detail. Let him wonder what you're working on or thinking about. When you create space for him to be curious, he'll naturally want to fill that space by learning more about you. Now, some women worry that being mysterious might come off as distant or aloof, but here's the distinction. Mystery doesn't mean playing games or being emotionally unavailable. It's about revealing yourself authentically but gradually, allowing him to appreciate each new layer as he gets to know you. Think of yourself as a beautiful, intricate puzzle, each piece uniquely fascinating, each discovery leaving him eager to uncover the next. This sense of intrigue not only keeps his attention but also deepens the emotional connection as he learns more about what makes you so captivating. Men are naturally drawn to women who seem to hold a world within them. A woman who doesn't need to explain herself at every turn, but instead exudes quiet confidence and depth becomes unforgettable. So, what's the one thing you can hold back on sharing immediately, leaving him curious and eager to learn more? Remember, mystery isn't about hiding who you are, it's about embracing your complexity and letting it unfold naturally. With every step, you're inviting him to chase the wonder of who you are, and trust me, he'll want to. 4. Live by your values. What defines you? Is it the way you dress, the places you go, or the people you know? Or is it something deeper, the principles and beliefs that guide your decisions and shape your character? When you live by your values, you radiate a quiet strength that draws others in. Men, in particular, are captivated by women who know who they are and stand firm in what they believe. Think about it. Have you ever encountered someone who seemed to shift their opinions and actions to fit the crowd, bending their personality to match whoever they were with? While this might seem accommodating on the surface, it often comes across as indecisive or even disingenuous. People are naturally drawn to those who live with purpose, clarity, and conviction. Living by your values isn't just about saying you believe in something, it's about letting those beliefs guide your actions. For instance, if honesty is one of your core values, You embody it not by declaring it, but by consistently speaking your truth, even when it's difficult. If kindness is important to you, it shows in how you treat everyone, not just those you want to impress. Men notice these traits. When a woman holds herself to a high standard and consistently acts in alignment with her principles, it sets her apart. It shows that she's not just seeking approval or validation, she's grounded in something real, something unshakable. But here's a question. Do you sometimes find yourself compromising your values to please others? Maybe you've gone along with something that didn't sit well with you just to avoid conflict, or you've kept quiet about your needs, fearing they might push someone away. While it might feel like the path of least resistance in the moment, compromising your values often leads to frustration and disconnection, not just with others, but with yourself. This is where dark Stoic psychology offers profound insight. At its core, this philosophy teaches us to live authentically and remain unwavering in our principles, no matter the external pressures. When you embody this mindset, you're not only more attractive but also deeply respected. A man who sees you standing firm in your beliefs will admire your strength and feel inspired to live with the same level of integrity. Living by your values also creates a natural sense of balance in your relationships. When you prioritize what truly matters to you, your career, your passions, your personal growth, it sends a powerful message. You're not waiting for someone to define your worth or happiness. Instead, you're inviting them to share in the richness of a life that's already fulfilling. This balance is crucial. For example, if ambition is one of your values, you don't have to choose between your goals and your relationships. Show him that you're capable of pursuing your dreams while still making time for the people you care about. This harmony between purpose and connection is incredibly attractive, as it demonstrates that you're a woman who knows how to prioritize and manage her life. Moreover, living by your values builds trust. When a man sees that you're consistent in your actions and decisions, he feels a sense of security. He knows he's with someone who won't waver under pressure or abandon her principles for convenience. This reliability is rare and deeply appealing in a world where many people struggle to stay true to themselves. So, how do you start living more authentically? Begin by identifying your core values. What are the non-negotiables in your life, the principles you refuse to compromise, no matter the circumstances? Write them down. Reflect on how they align with your actions and decisions. The next step is to put these values into practice. If loyalty is important to you, let it guide how you approach friendships and relationships. If personal growth is a priority, carve out time to learn, explore, and challenge yourself. These actions don't just make you feel more aligned with who you are, they also show others, including him, that you're a woman of depth and character. When you live by your values, you exude a confidence that doesn't need validation. You're no longer seeking approval because you know that staying true to yourself is the ultimate form of respect. This is the essence of Stoicism, mastering your inner world and staying grounded in what matters most. And here's the beauty of it. When you stand firm in your values, you inspire others to do the same. A man who sees your strength and conviction will want to rise to your level. He'll be drawn to your authenticity, your clarity, and the quiet power of knowing exactly who you are. So ask yourself, what are the values that define you? And how can you let those values shine in everything you do? Because when you live by your principles, you don't just attract someone who admires you, you create a foundation for a relationship that's built on mutual respect, trust, and admiration. That's the kind of connection that lasts. 5. Control your emotions with grace. Have you ever found yourself overreacting to a small issue in a relationship only to regret it later? Maybe it was a text he didn't reply to fast enough, a cancelled date, or a misunderstanding that spiraled out of control. Emotions are powerful, and while they're an essential part of being human, how we handle them can define how others see us. Here's the truth. Men are naturally drawn to women who exhibit emotional stability. It's not about suppressing your feelings or pretending you're unaffected. It's about mastering the art of responding instead of reacting. When you learn to control your emotions with grace, you become a woman who stands out for her strength and resilience. Picture this. He cancels plans at the last minute. Your first instinct might be frustration or disappointment, and that's okay. But how you express those feelings makes all the difference. Instead of sending an impulsive text laced with anger or passive aggression, take a moment to breathe. A calm, measured response like, "I understand. Let's plan for another time," not only shows maturity but also leaves him impressed by your ability to stay composed. Why does this work? Emotional control communicates self-assurance. It tells him you're not easily shaken, that you have a life full of other joys and priorities, and that you're not dependent on him for your happiness. This level of confidence and balance is irresistibly attractive. Think about the reverse for a moment. How do you feel when someone around you is quick to anger, overly sensitive, or constantly seeking reassurance? It can be draining, right? The same applies to relationships. When you approach situations with calmness and poise, you create an atmosphere of trust and respect, making him feel safe and drawn to your presence. This is where the wisdom of dark Stoic psychology becomes your secret weapon. At its core, Stoicism teaches us to focus on what we can control, our reactions, our mindset, and our choices. When you embody this philosophy, you're not swayed by external events or the actions of others. Instead, you remain steady, grounded, and empowered. So how can you start mastering your emotions? Here's a simple yet powerful tip. Practice pausing. Whenever you feel a surge of anger, anxiety, or frustration, pause before responding. Use this time to ask yourself, will my reaction improve the situation, or will it add fuel to the fire? This moment of reflection can save you from unnecessary conflict and strengthen your emotional resilience. And here's the twist. Being emotionally stable doesn't mean being emotionless. It's about finding balance. Expressing vulnerability, joy, or excitement in a healthy way makes you relatable and human. The key is knowing when and how to share these emotions. A thoughtful, measured expression is far more impactful than an impulsive outburst. Men deeply respect women who can handle challenges with grace. Whether it's navigating a disagreement, managing disappointment, or even celebrating success, your ability to remain composed and centered sets you apart. It shows that you're in control of your inner world, and that's a rare and powerful quality. Let's put this into perspective with an example. Imagine you're on a date, and the conversation takes an unexpected turn into something sensitive or controversial. Instead of getting defensive or emotional, you listen carefully, respond thoughtfully, and share your perspective with calm confidence. This level of self-control not only keeps the interaction positive but also leaves a lasting impression. Remember, mastering your emotions is an ongoing journey. It takes practice, patience, and self-awareness, but the rewards are undeniable. You'll feel more at peace with yourself, your interactions will become more meaningful, and the men in your life will see you as someone truly extraordinary. If this resonates with you, take a moment to show your support. Like this video and comment number 1 if you believe emotional control is a game changer in relationships. And don't forget to hit subscribe, because these transformative tips are just the beginning. Together, we'll continue unlocking the secrets to becoming your most radiant, magnetic self. Now, let me ask you, how would your relationships change if you could handle every situation with grace and composure? Picture that version of yourself, calm, confident, and unshakable. That's the power of emotional mastery, and it's within your reach. Let's keep going and discover even more ways to become the woman who effortlessly inspires devotion and admiration. 6. Communicate effectively and listen well. Communication is the heartbeat of any relationship. It's the bridge that connects two people, turning surface-level attraction into deep, meaningful connection. But here's the catch. Communicating effectively isn't just about saying the right things. It's about listening, understanding, and knowing how to share your thoughts in a way that invites connection rather than conflict. Have you ever been in a conversation where you felt unheard, like the other person was simply waiting for their turn to speak? It's frustrating, right? Now imagine the opposite, a moment when someone truly listened to you, responded thoughtfully, and made you feel valued. That's the kind of communication that leaves an impression, and it's the kind you want to master. Men, just like anyone else, are drawn to people who make them feel understood. When you show genuine curiosity about his thoughts and feelings, you create an emotional safe space that's hard to resist. But effective communication isn't about nodding and agreeing with everything he says. It's about engaging authentically, sharing your perspective, and inviting deeper dialogue. Here's a simple yet transformative tip. Ask better questions. Instead of sticking to generic topics like, "How was your day?" try something more thoughtful. What's been inspiring you lately? Or what's a challenge you've been working through? Questions like these show that you're interested in his inner world, not just the surface details. And when he speaks, really listen. Put away distractions, make eye contact, and let your body language show that you're fully present. This isn't just about understanding his words, it's about picking up on the emotions and intentions behind them. Respond in a way that shows you're paying attention, whether that's by asking follow-up questions or sharing a related story from your own experience. But communication isn't just about listening, it's also about expressing yourself clearly and confidently. When you share your thoughts, don't dilute your opinions to make them more agreeable or hold back for fear of judgment. Instead, speak with authenticity and conviction. If he values you, he'll appreciate your honesty and respect your perspective, even if it's different from his. Let me paint a picture for you. Imagine you're discussing a topic you're passionate about, and he sees the way your eyes light up and hears the excitement in your voice. That enthusiasm is contagious. It draws him in, makes him want to know more about what moves you, and helps him see your unique depth. Now, let's touch on a subtle but powerful aspect of communication: timing. Sometimes the most meaningful conversations happen not when you're rushing to fill silence, but when you're comfortable letting moments breathe. Pausing to reflect before responding shows thoughtfulness and maturity. It's in these quiet spaces that real understanding often emerges. The wisdom of Stoicism teaches us the value of thoughtful communication, speaking only when our words add value and listening deeply to understand rather than to respond. This approach creates a sense of respect and mutual appreciation that strengthens any connection. And don't underestimate the power of humor and lightheartedness in communication. Sharing a laugh, exchanging playful banter, or telling a funny story can break down walls and create a sense of ease. It shows that you're not only emotionally aware but also capable of making life's moments more enjoyable. Non-verbal communication is just as important. Your body language, tone of voice, and facial expressions all play a role in how your message is received. Standing tall, making eye contact, and smiling warmly can convey confidence and approachability even before you say a word. Effective communication isn't about talking more, it's about talking better. When you master the balance of listening and expressing yourself with clarity and authenticity, you build a connection that goes beyond words. He'll feel heard, understood, and genuinely interested in getting to know you even better. And here's the beautiful thing. When you prioritize communication in your relationships, you don't just make him chase you, you create a bond that feels real, effortless, and deeply fulfilling. Because at the end of the day, it's not about impressing him with pressing. It's about making him feel something. And that's the kind of connection that lasts. 7. Cultivate patience and emotional strength. Patience isn't just a virtue, it's a superpower in relationships. In a world driven by instant gratification, being patient sets you apart, signaling confidence, maturity, and an unshakable inner strength. Men notice this, they value it, and they are drawn to women who can navigate the complexities of life with grace and calm assurance. Think about it. How often do you find yourself wanting to fast forward through uncertainty, craving immediate answers or clarity? It's human nature to want to resolve tension quickly, but in relationships, rushing can lead to missed opportunities for growth and deeper understanding. Patience allows you to sit with the unknown, to trust the process, and to let connections unfold naturally. Imagine this scenario. You've just started seeing someone, and you're eager to know where things are heading. Your instincts might tell you to push for answers, to define the relationship, or to seek constant reassurance. But what happens when you give things room to breathe? When you focus on enjoying the present instead of trying to control the outcome? You not only relieve the pressure, but you also show him that you're confident enough to let things develop at their own pace. This is where dark Stoic psychology offers profound wisdom. The essence of this philosophy lies in mastering your reactions and maintaining a sense of calm, even in uncertain or challenging moments. Instead of being driven by impatience or anxiety, a Stoic approach encourages you to focus on what you can control: your emotions, your mindset, and your ability to remain centered. Men are naturally drawn to women who exude this kind of emotional strength. It shows that you're not easily rattled, that you can handle life's ups and downs with resilience and grace. This isn't about suppressing your feelings, it's about managing them in a way that reflects confidence and self-assurance. Consider this example. He hasn't texted back as quickly as you'd hoped. Your mind might start racing with doubts or assumptions, but instead of reacting impulsively, you take a step back. You remind yourself that your worth isn't tied to his response time, and you continue with your day, focused on your own priorities. This small act of patience sends a powerful message. You're not waiting for anyone to validate you. You're already whole. Patience also plays a crucial role in navigating conflicts. In moments of disagreement, the temptation to react defensively can be strong. But when you choose to pause, reflect, and respond thoughtfully, you create space for understanding and resolution. This kind of emotional strength doesn't go unnoticed. It shows that you're capable of handling challenges without letting them define the relationship. Let's delve deeper into the connection between patience and confidence. When you're patient, you demonstrate that you're not in a rush to prove your worth or secure someone's attention. You trust that your value speaks for itself and that the right person will recognize it without being pushed. This quiet confidence is magnetic. It draws people to you because it creates a sense of stability and reassurance. But patience isn't just about waiting, it's about how you wait. It's about cultivating a mindset that's rooted in curiosity, trust, and self-respect. Instead of fixating on outcomes, focus on the journey. Enjoy the process of getting to know someone, of building a connection, and of discovering where it might lead. This approach not only strengthens your relationships but also enhances your overall sense of peace and fulfillment. When you're not constantly seeking answers or control, you free yourself from unnecessary stress and allow joy to emerge naturally. Men often describe emotionally strong women as their rock. They admire the calm presence and steady demeanor of someone who can navigate life's storms with resilience. When you embody this strength, you become more than just a partner. You become a source of inspiration and stability. So how can you cultivate more patience in your life? Start by practicing mindfulness. In moments of frustration or uncertainty, take a deep breath and ground yourself in the present. Remind yourself that not every situation needs an immediate resolution, and that time often reveals the answers you're seeking. Another powerful practice is to reframe your perspective. Instead of seeing patience as waiting, view it as an opportunity for growth. Use the time to focus on your own passions, to deepen your understanding of yourself, and to build a life that feels rich and fulfilling, whether or not someone else is part of it. At its core, patience is about trusting yourself and your journey. It's about knowing that you don't need to rush, chase, or force anything to happen. The right things and the right people will align with your life at the right time. And when they do, they'll see the remarkable strength and grace you've cultivated along the way. Let me ask you, How would your life change if you embraced patience as your greatest ally? If you trusted the process, allowed things to unfold naturally, and focused on your own growth instead of seeking constant reassurance? That's the power of patience, and it's a gift you give not only to yourself but also to the people who are lucky enough to know you. 8. Set healthy boundaries. Let's talk about boundaries, those invisible lines that protect your time, energy, and emotional well-being. They're more than just rules, they're a powerful way to show self-respect and, in turn, command respect from others. When you set healthy boundaries, you communicate one clear message: I know my worth. Have you ever found yourself saying yes to something you didn't want to do, just to keep the peace or avoid conflict? Maybe you've ignored your own needs, prioritizing his happiness over yours, thinking it would bring you closer together. While it might seem like the right thing to do in the moment, over time, this pattern can leave you feeling drained, unappreciated, and even resentful. Here's the truth. Men respect women who respect themselves. When you set boundaries, you create a sense of value around your time and energy. You're not being selfish or unkind. You're showing that you have a life, priorities, and principles that matter. This confidence is incredibly attractive. It makes him want to step up and meet you at your level. Think of boundaries as a way to create balance in your relationship. They're not walls meant to keep people out, but guidelines that show others how you deserve to be treated. For example, if he often cancels plans last minute, a healthy boundary might sound like, I'd love to spend time with you, but I need consistency. Let's plan when you're sure you can commit. This isn't about issuing ultimatums. It's about valuing your time and expecting the same from him. Healthy boundaries also mean knowing when to say no without guilt. If he asks for something that doesn't align with your values or comfort zone, it's okay to decline. In fact, your ability to stand firm in your decisions shows strength and self-awareness. Men admire women who aren't afraid to assert themselves, who know what they want, and who refuse to settle for less. But let's take this a step further. Boundaries aren't just about saying no, they're also about saying yes to the things that truly matter to you. When you prioritize your passions, friendships, and personal growth, you show him that your life is full and fulfilling. This independence not only strengthens your sense of self, but also draws him closer, as he sees the incredible woman you are outside of the relationship. Boundaries are closely tied to dark Stoic psychology because they embody the principle of self-mastery. When you're clear about your limits and enforce them with grace, you take control of your life and emotions. You're no longer reacting to others. You're leading your life with intention. This sense of purpose and inner strength is magnetic, making you someone he deeply respects and admires. Here's an example of how boundaries can strengthen a connection. Suppose he's used to texting you late at night when he's bored, expecting immediate responses. Instead of always replying, let him know that you value quality communication and prefer to talk when you're both fully present. This small adjustment doesn't just protect your time, it also raises the standard for how he interacts with you. Setting boundaries isn't always easy, especially if you're worried about pushing him away. But here's the truth. The right man won't be deterred by your boundaries. He'll appreciate them because they reflect your self-respect and clarity. And if he struggles with them, that's a sign he may not be the right fit for your life. So how can you start setting healthier boundaries today? Begin by identifying what's most important to you, your values, time, energy, and emotional well-being. Then, think about situations where you felt overextended or disrespected. What could you do differently next time to honor your needs? It's also important to communicate your boundaries clearly and calmly. For example, instead of saying, "You're always late, and it's annoying," try, "I value punctuality because it shows respect for each other's time. Can we work on being more consistent?" This approach focuses on your feelings and invites collaboration rather than conflict. When you enforce your boundaries, stick to them. Consistency is key. It shows that you mean what you say and that your limits aren't negotiable. Over time, this builds trust and mutual respect in your relationship. If this resonates with you, take a moment to let us know. Like this video and comment number 1 if you believe boundaries are essential to building strong, healthy connections. And don't forget to subscribe so you never miss more empowering insights like these. Boundaries aren't just about keeping people in check. They're about creating space for genuine respect, love, and connection to flourish. When you embrace this practice, you don't just make him chase you. You inspire him to be the kind of partner who values and cherishes you for the incredible person you are. So ask yourself, what's one boundary you can set today that will bring more balance and self-respect into your life? Start there and watch how everything begins to change. 9. Foster curiosity and growth. There's a captivating allure to a woman who constantly evolves, a woman whose life feels like a story still being written, full of twists, turns, and endless potential. Men are naturally drawn to those who embody curiosity and growth because it signals that life with them will never feel stagnant. Instead, it promises excitement, discovery, and shared experiences. Have you ever noticed how some people seem to glow with enthusiasm when they talk about their passions? Whether it's learning a new language, exploring art, or diving into an adventurous hobby, their energy is contagious. That's because growth is magnetic. It shows that you're deeply engaged with life and always striving to become the best version of yourself. Now, let's flip the lens. Are you actively feeding your curiosity and challenging yourself to grow? Or have you fallen into routines that feel predictable and uninspiring? It's easy to get caught in the day-to-day grind, but when you embrace personal growth, not only do you enrich your own life, but you also become someone who inspires others, including him. Men admire women who are passionate about their interests, whether it's a creative pursuit, a professional goal, or a new skill. When you share these pursuits with him, you invite him into your world, creating opportunities for deeper connection. For example, if you're learning to cook a new cuisine, invite him to join you in the kitchen. If you're training for a marathon, share your progress and celebrate your milestones together. These moments don't just showcase your drive, they also give him a glimpse of your vibrant, ever-evolving self. But growth isn't just about external accomplishments, it's also about internal transformation. This is where the principles of Stoicism come into play, encouraging self-reflection and resilience. When you take time to understand your thoughts, emotions, and desires, you cultivate a sense of self-awareness that's deeply attractive. You're no longer just reacting to life, you're actively shaping it. Consider this. How often do you challenge yourself to step out of your comfort zone? Maybe there's a skill you've always wanted to learn or a fear you've been meaning to conquer. When you take bold steps toward personal growth, it's not just empowering, it's also inspiring to those around you. Men are naturally drawn to women who aren't afraid to take risks, embrace change, and pursue their dreams. Growth also invites him to reflect on his own aspirations. When he sees your curiosity and determination, it can motivate him to challenge himself in new ways. Together, this creates a dynamic relationship where both of you are continually learning, evolving, and supporting each other's journeys. But fostering curiosity and growth isn't just about self-improvement, it's also about deepening your connection with him. Ask him about his dreams, his passions, and the things that make him feel most alive. Show genuine interest and encourage him to share the parts of himself he might not often reveal. This kind of dialogue not only builds intimacy but also helps him see you as a partner who truly values his individuality. At the same time, don't be afraid to share your own stories of growth and curiosity. Talk about the challenges you've overcome, the lessons you've learned, and the goals you're working toward. Vulnerability is powerful, and when you open up about your journey, you create a space for authentic connection. Remember, fostering curiosity and growth is not about perfection, it's about progress. Celebrate the small wins, embrace the setbacks as opportunities to learn, and keep pushing forward. This mindset is not only attractive but also deeply inspiring, showing him that life with you will always be an adventure worth taking. Imagine how your relationship would feel if it were rooted in mutual growth, if both of you were constantly challenging each other to become the best versions of yourselves. This isn't just a fantasy, it's something you can create by embracing curiosity and committing to personal development. So ask yourself, what's one area of your life where you could invite more growth? Maybe it's a skill you've always wanted to master, a book you've been meaning to read, or a habit you've been wanting to build. Take that first step today and watch how it transforms not only your life but also the way others perceive you. When you live with curiosity and growth, you become a woman of depth and vitality, someone he doesn't just admire but actively wants to chase. Because at the end of the day, the most captivating relationships aren't built on routine. They're built on a shared commitment to evolve, explore, and discover the beauty of life together. 10. Be decisive and take the lead when needed. Let's be honest. Indecision can be frustrating, especially in relationships. Imagine you're planning a date, and every question you ask is met with "I don't know. What do you think?" It's not just about making choices, it's about showing confidence, initiative, and the ability to lead when needed. Men are drawn to women who aren't afraid to take charge, who know what they want and act with conviction. Being decisive doesn't mean you have to dominate the relationship or always be the one in control. Instead, it's about contributing to the dynamic with clarity and confidence. It's about showing that you have preferences, ideas, and the self-assurance to voice them. When you take the lead in thoughtful and creative ways, you create a sense of balance and partnership that's incredibly attractive. Picture this. He asks where you'd like to go for dinner, and instead of saying, "I don't know," you decide, you respond with, "There's this new Italian place I've been dying to try. Let's go there." Not only does this make planning easier, but it also shows him that you're proactive and confident, two traits men deeply admire. This decisiveness extends beyond planning dates. It's about being clear in your intentions, whether it's setting boundaries, expressing your feelings, or pursuing your goals. When you show that you're in control of your life, he can't help but respect and be intrigued by your sense of purpose. But why is decisiveness so alluring? It ties back to a fundamental principle of attraction: certainty. When you're decisive, you exude a sense of stability and self-assurance that makes others feel secure in your presence. You become someone he can rely on, someone who inspires trust and admiration. Dark Stoic psychology offers valuable insights into this concept. At its core, it teaches us to focus on what we can control and to act with clarity and intention. When you embody this philosophy, you become someone who takes responsibility for your actions and decisions. This kind of self-mastery is rare and deeply compelling. Let me ask you, how often do you hold back from making decisions because you fear judgment or rejection? Maybe you hesitate to express your preferences, thinking it will come across as bossy or demanding. But the truth is, men respect women who know what they want and aren't afraid to pursue it. Being decisive also shows that you value your time and energy. Instead of waiting for him to make every move, you take the initiative to create moments of connection and joy. For example, planning a surprise activity or suggesting a weekend getaway demonstrates not only thoughtfulness but also leadership. These gestures show him that you're invested in the relationship and willing to contribute to its growth. However, balance is key. Being decisive doesn't mean overshadowing his input or dismissing his preferences. Instead, it's about creating a partnership where both of you feel heard and valued. When you invite him to share his ideas and work together to make decisions, it strengthens the bond and fosters mutual respect. Decisiveness isn't limited to the relationship itself, it's also about how you approach your own life. When you make confident choices in your career, friendships, and personal growth, you demonstrate independence and ambition. Men are naturally drawn to women who are passionate about their goals and fearless in their pursuit. Here's a powerful example. Imagine you've been offered a new job opportunity in another city. Instead of agonizing over the decision or relying solely on his input, you weigh the pros and cons, trust your instincts, and make a choice that aligns with your values and aspirations. This level of clarity and confidence isn't just attractive, it's inspiring. So how can you cultivate greater decisiveness? Start by identifying what matters most to you. What are your non-negotiables in a relationship, your career, and your personal life? When you're clear about your priorities, making decisions becomes easier because you have a solid foundation to guide you. Practice small acts of decisiveness daily, whether it's choosing a new book to read, deciding on dinner plans, or tackling a long-delayed task. Each decision strengthens your ability to trust yourself. Over time, this confidence will spill over into larger areas of your life, including your relationships. When you embrace decisiveness, you become a woman of action, a woman who doesn't wait for life to happen but takes the lead in creating the experiences she desires. This energy is irresistible, making him see you as a partner who is equally confident and endlessly inspiring. If you're ready to step into this version of yourself, start today. Make one decision, no matter how small, that reflects your confidence and clarity. When you do, you'll feel the shift, not just in how you see yourself, but in how others see you. And trust me, he won't be able to resist the woman who knows her worth and isn't afraid to lead. Because at the end of the day, relationships aren't about following. They're about growing, exploring, and building a life together. And when you embrace decisiveness, you show him that life with you will always be an adventure worth chasing. Congratulations, you've just uncovered 10 powerful secrets to make any man chase you. But this journey isn't just about him. It's about you. It's about becoming the woman who knows her worth, radiates confidence, and approaches relationships with purpose and authenticity. By embracing these principles, you're not only transforming how men see you, but also deepening your connection with yourself. Through these steps, you've learned the art of self-mastery and emotional strength, core tenets of dark Stoic psychology and Stoicism. You've discovered how to cultivate patience, maintain independence, set boundaries, and communicate with clarity, all while staying true to your values and passions. Each of these tools empowers you to create relationships that are meaningful, balanced, and deeply fulfilling. But here's the real magic. The power to captivate and inspire doesn't come from playing games or manipulating emotions. It comes from showing up as your most authentic self. The more you embrace your own growth, curiosity, and independence, the more effortlessly you'll attract the right people into your life. So, as you take these lessons into your everyday life, remember this: you are the prize. You have the power to inspire admiration, respect, and love simply by being true to yourself. When you live with intention, confidence, and grace, you don't need to chase anyone. Instead, they'll chase you. What's next? If these insights resonated with you, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Leave a comment below sharing your favorite takeaway, or simply type "I am the prize" to affirm your power. Your voice helps create a supportive and inspiring community where we can all grow together. And don't stop here. Like this video and hit subscribe to join our journey of self-discovery and relationship mastery. We've got so much more to share: guides on Stoicism, personal growth, and the art of building deeper, more meaningful connections. Finally, remember to share this video with someone who could use a little inspiration. Together, we can empower more women to embrace their strength and transform their relationships. Thank you for spending this time with me today. Here's to stepping into your power, creating a life you love, and becoming the woman he can't stop chasing. Until next time, stay radiant, stay confident, and keep being irresistibly you.